A very good morning, dear students. I'm quite sure you're enjoying your holidays and are doing good. But let's come to our science for a while. Chapter 3, Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. This is a very easy, simple, and interesting topic. Let's just have a look of what we are going to discuss or talk in this chapter. In this chapter, we shall talk and discuss on introduction to synthetic fibers and plastics, types of synthetic fibers, characteristics or properties of synthetic fibers, plastics, characteristics or properties of plastics, applications or uses of plastics, and lastly, plastics and environment. Let's move on to the types of fibers. Basically, there are two types of fibers: synthetic fibers and natural fibers. Natural fibers are obtained from plants or animals, example cotton, silk, wool, etc. Let's move on or understand what synthetic fibers are. The fibers which are not naturally made but are made in laboratory by using chemicals are called synthetic fibers or man-made fibers or artificial fibers, which means it is not naturally made, we have to create them. The other side of the picture you will see, it looks like necklace. Synthetic fiber is pretty much like this. Each unit is known as monomer. Monomer is repeated again and again and again and forms a chain called polymer. Basically, all the synthetic fibers that you get are polymers, where what we are doing is repeating one unit, that is the monomer. The word polymer comes from the Greek words poly means many, mer means part or unit. Let's move on to the types of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are basically of four types: Rhoen, Nylon, Polyester, and Acrylic. We shall discuss and talk each type of these fibers in detail. Let's move on to synthetic fibers, Rhoen. What is Rhoen? It is known as artificial silk. You know, pure silk is very costly, but Rhoen is quite cheap. It is a man-made or synthetic fiber, but it is obtained from some natural source. It is prepared from wood or cotton palm, where wood palm is mixed with chemicals such as sodium hydroxide and alkaline solution. So it is quite cheap silk. It looks like silk, but it is not silk, alright? So that is what Rhoen is. And the uses of Rhoen are like it is used in making jackets, sportswear, bedspreads, etc. These are the areas where Rhoen is used. Moving on to the next type of synthetic fibers, nylon. What is nylon? Nylon is a very strong fiber. It is so strong that it is stronger than the steel wire. It is made without using any natural raw material. No natural raw material can be found in nylon. How do they prepare? It is prepared from coal, water, and air. Although I do understand that coal, water, and air, all of them are natural, but actually it is not a raw material, as that's something you get from plants and animals. So nylon is said to be absolutely man-made. Alright, I hope you're not confused. Though coal, water, and air are natural, but they are not something that you obtain from plants or animals. So nylon is man-made fiber. It is made without using any natural raw materials. Nylon fiber is strong, elastic, and light. It is lustrous and easy to wash. It is used for making fishing nets, ropes, parachutes, tents, toothbrushes, etc. So these are some of the uses of nylon. Let's move on to the next type of synthetic fibers, polyester. Polyester is an artificial man-made fiber manufactured from petroleum. Polycord is a mixture of polyester and cotton. Polywood is a mixture of polyester and wool. So polyester is another synthetic fiber. Fabric made from this fiber does not easily wrinkle. It remains crisp and easy to wash. It is suitable for making clothes such as shirts, raincoats, sleeping bags, etc. Terylene is a popular polyester. It can be used as fine fiber and can be woven into yarn. I am quite sure PET is a very familiar form of polyester. It is used for making bottles, utensils, films, and wires. When you buy bottles, you will see at the bottom of the bottle it is written PET. So these are some of the uses of polyester. Moving on to the last type of the synthetic fibers, acrylic. Acrylic fibers are soft, warm, and light. It is a cheaper version of wool. It is also called artificial silk. Pure wool is natural or pure wool is quite costly, but acrylic is quite cheap. It is used to make socks, gloves, and sweaters. It can be dyed in different colors that do not fade. Alright, I hope you understood something on acrylic. Let's move on to the characteristics or properties of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are strong, example like nylon, which is stronger than a steel wire. They are elastic. They are also quite comfortable to wear, and it is quite easy to wash. They are also cheap, example like rayon. Pure silk is very, very costly, but rayon is quite cheap. And synthetic fibers are available in different colors. So these are some of the properties of synthetic fibers. Every advantage has got its own disadvantage. So these two have got their own disadvantages. It catches fire and it melts on heating. So we are asked not to wear synthetic fibers when we are in the kitchen or fireplace because it catches fire very, very easily. Hope you understood something on synthetic fibers, types of synthetic fibers, and characteristics of synthetic fibers. We shall continue the second part of this chapter on plastics in part 2 presentation.